Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Xinfin Network, aka XDC. So let's just dive in and talk about a few things. So, first off, the Porto event. This is going to be a huge conference. We've been talking about this for a while. This is in 2 days. And check out all of the big names that are a part of this. We do see the evolution of multi-banking platforms in corporate treasury, working capital, trade finance, and logistics. This will be taking place in just 2 days. This just got posted today. You do see all of the major names here like Lloyds Bank, MIDI, Accelerated Payments, Kyriba, which we will be talking about Kyriba in today's video. You also do see Citi, Trade Tech, and so many other ones as well, like Inizio and stuff like that. But you do see at the forefront traded token with XDC, the big two players. But I do love to see this little image where it does say collaboration at its best at the forefront of this, at the center of this image, because I've been talking to you guys about a few tokens, and I think that a lot of people really kind of talk about like not collaboration, but competition within this market. Is this asset better than this one in this market, or whatever the case may be? To me, when we are looking around the revolutionization of some of these areas, like trade finance, it's not going to be a one-size-fits-all. We're going to see a major push from a select few of companies. This is why we look at like the ITFA and like even the DNI initiative. These are like two major, agencies within this specific market that have ties to major trade finance giants. Those are the ones to watch for. Collaboration is key for not only the revolutionization, but also the evolution of some of these markets. But also, this is from this LinkedIn post. This is from Andre Casterman, which, by the way, I always say pay attention to what Andre Casterman is a part of, what he is posting, things like that, because it is a huge area of focus, because he has major ties to trade finance within the Xinfin ecosystem. So most of the things that he does post is XDC and Xinfin related. But we do see, my new blog on the future of multi-banking platforms in treasury, working capital, trade finance, and logistics, a key topic for corporates, but also for banks funding transactions through those corporate-facing platforms. The first half of 2022 has unveiled strategic decisions by stakeholders on the treasury and logistics side, which reveal how vital it has become to embed trade financing into their proposition. And this is all through digitization in regards to documentation. Next Wednesday in Porto, we will debate the evolution of multi-banking platforms in corporate treasury, working capital, trade finance, and logistics with those major names. Kyriba is the one, right? We're going to be focused on Kyriba today just because of how large of a name this actually is. I don't know if Kyriba will be utilizing XDC or Xinfin at all. I'm not going to say, 100% that they will. But if you actually look at their background, they have over 2,500 clients, and they are a substantial name to focus on because they are in 100 plus countries worldwide, and they have ties to names that everyone probably does know that is watching this video right now. If you actually go and look at their learn more sector on their channel or on their website, they have a full-on breakdown of all their clients. Spotify is one, but you do see like you are our focus. You do see like kind of a breakdown of this. Now, again, is XDC or Xinfin going to have a direct tie to them? We don't specifically know, but I do think that this breakdown is going to be the one to focus on in regards to this conference from Porto, because I think that this is going to give us a little bit more of an insight on where the focus point is. They do have a ton of clients, and they are very large clients as well. A lot of these you are probably aware of. If you aren't, it's okay. Just know that this is a major company with over $15 trillion in total transactions per month, 80,000 plus total Kyriba users, 13 product language interfaces, 2.3 billion plus bank transactions annually, and 20% of the US Fortune 500 clients. So this is a very substantial name. Now again, we don't know the connection here to XDC or anything like that. All we know is that they will be, at this conference, and I think that everyone should mark their calendar for 2 days out, September 7th. I don't know what time that this is going to start, but I'm sure that you guys can learn more about that if you do look it up. But this has been a long-awaited conference. We talked about this going back, I want to say, it's been a few months now. I would say it's been like half a year at least. And I can't even believe that it is already September. But hey, things are moving fast within this market, and I think that this is a substantial name to focus on with Xinfin. We don't know the gist of this, but I think that it is something special. Also, talking about another name that we are going to be talking about on this channel is TradeStream. TradeStream is a key player, and we actually do go back to January of 2021, where we do see regulatory advocacy around trade digitization in full swing. And we do see the founder of TradeStream with Andre Casterman here talking about this, really kind of discussing the regulatory, stances behind this market, but also even DLT. They do mention DLT here, within the trade finance area. And we do see a few breakdowns here. Policy decisions need to evolve to facilitate the short-term rollout of technology solutions. I do completely agree that there's a major barrier to success and adoption around DLT. This is all through ITFA with the DNI and the TFDI as well. And we do see corporates, SMEs, trade originators, investors as well, talking about from like Terra, DNI, and even TFD. More so, really kind of focused on just trade finance at the end of the day. And the reason why I bring this up is because of this quote here: crypto assets and smart contracts are transforming the way we do business, and we want to ensure UK firms are able to fully benefit. This is the area that I'm focused on because there's a lot of things within this as well, talking around like MLETR. We even do see, electronic transactions regulations. All of this is a major push to adopt in DLT around this area. And I think that this is substantial. And we actually do see a few of the ITFA FinTech Committee sides. These are the names that are, associated with this: Anigio, TradeStream, TradeTech, Xinfin, CargoX, and even Swift. These are all the names that we are going to continue to watch for. Now, why do I bring up TradeStream? Well, TradeStream is a giant. In fact, TradeStream has been a big player behind the push behind digitization, as well as tokenization of trade finance. They're not more so centered on tokenization, but they are focused on digitization. And just recently, going back 4 weeks ago, let me zoom out a little bit so that it's not too much in your face. We did see Deutsche Bank taps TradeStream for automated document checking. And again, Deutsche Bank will be working on digitizing and automating its documentary trade business with more control and an assurance of scalability for profitable growth. Now, again, is XDC or Xinfin, focused on at all within this article? No, not at all. But TradeStream is. Now, why is TradeStream a focus point, and what is the connection to Xinfin? Well, going back a little bit, this goes back to November of 2020. This is from Trade Finance Global, 12 companies using blockchain to rewire trade and trade finance. And if we do come down here, here are the 12 companies. And you do see TradeFinex here, but you also do see a few other ones like Infosys. There's like Contour, as well as like so many other ones. If we actually look here, I don't know if XDC is even mentioned. So yeah, XDC is mentioned under TradeFinex, but I want to talk to you guys about TradeStream. So here's TradeStream. Finacle Trade Connect is pre-integrated with partners like SDocs, which, going back to this over here, here you guys have SDocs, and this is from Andre Casterman 11 hours ago. And TradeStream to approve e-title documents for the trade cycle and automate document checking and validation for trade finance and supply chain finance cycles. Now, again, this is why we do focus on the collaboration within this market, because again, it's not going to be just one size fits all from Xinfin or if you will, like XDC at the forefront of that. But TradeStream is a giant around documentation automation. We do see automated trade document checking that reduces risk and boosts profits. Are they focused on digitization? Yes, they are. Will they utilize Xinfin or XDC? I do not know. I cannot tell you that 100%. We can speculate a little bit from the connections that they do have. We do see a few partners that are partnered with them. We do see Infosys here and a few other ones as well. You do see even YPro. Now, the big connections here are through the processes. So going back to December of 2021, CryptoNerd posted this on Twitter, and it's XDC corporate/SMEs, trade originators, investors. And then you do see TradeTech, TradeStream, Metagram, and more XDC Network. And you do see over here corporates and SMEs. You do see TradeStream at the bottom here, and you also do see TradeStream at the bottom of the trade originators as well. This is from the ITFA. This is from Casterman Advisory. Now, you see TradeTech up here. TradeTech is the big key to, again, Xinfin or XDC. This is through C2B. Sorry, I could not talk. And this was just one, connection. But also, we did see this connection as well with TradeStream, Worthy of a read, moderated by Andre Casterman, TradeStream in Africa. Shout out to Crypto KJ2. And here you have Reshaping Trade Finance in Africa, webinar of July 7th, 2021. And you do see the moderator, Andre Casterman. Like I said, pay attention to anything that Andre Casterman is connected to, because most of the connections from Andre Casterman do kind of route to XDC and Xinfin. Even if you go over to his page on LinkedIn, for an example, as it does kind of load here. And 1 second, it's taking a little bit of time. I don't know why. Let me zoom out a little bit as well for you guys. Zoomed out a little bit too much. So if we actually go down here to his about section, I believe it's actually down a little bit more. So here is his experience, or his resume. So he is founder and manager director at Casterman Advisor, as you guys are probably all aware of. Also Intex, which is a chief marketing officer. If you actually go back to that image, you guys do see Intex at the bottom there. And you do see Trade Tech as well. Anigio, Minigram. I mean, it's ridiculous that he's connected to literally every single player around trade finance. It is kind of funny. And then you do see Xinfin, which is strategy and market engagement. He is this is a role that he's been in or a part of for 2 years and 5 months, helping alternative lenders and banks in the future take advantage of tokenization and digital assets through the Xinfin hybrid blockchain network. And then you also do see Impul as well, ITFA, even the World of Open Account, and then there's a few other ones down here, even ICC, which is 5 years and 6 months. A lot of connections here. I mean, like, the connections are substantial. But in this, we do see, and a previous article that's related, Standard Bank and TradeStream, they did go live. They have a full-on partnership, and we do see over here, we foresee a paperless world of trade finance where documents are shared digitally, processed automatically, with settlements possible in real time between parties based on data alone. Now, this is the big key. You know, you want to know why XDC is connected to all of these major players. It's not just about tokenization. It's not just about digitization. Remember what I talked to you guys about with XRP, right? It's focused on real-time settlement. XDC does also offer that. We've seen this even with Impul. But you won't see that without sourcing liquidity from a liquidity source. XDC could be that liquidity source. Also, even with Impul, right, they're sourcing liquidity through XDC and even Trada. Trada as a token. It's going to be backed by, trade finance instruments, but it is also going to be launching on Xinfin Network. So this is what I believe is going to be happening. A lot of these major names like TradeStream, or all of the names that are tied to Xinfin through Andre Casterman, for an example, they're going to be utilizing Xinfin as well as XDC for real-time settlement. Real-time settlement is the key around a lot of payment processing as well as flows. I think that this is big. But also, even if you go over to the TFDI, you see all of the major names here. You do see the G7, the G7 USA. This is the United Kingdom and USA. You also see the United Nations, World Trade Organization. All of these major names that are behind this, and a lot of these are already tied to, like I said, Andre Casterman, like ICC, and like even Trade Tech. There's a few other ones as well. And then over here, you do see the TFDI. Andre Casterman up in the right. This was from a discussion. You do see the asset sellers, many names here. You do see XDC down here with Trade Tech as well, with Coriolis and Intex, the major ones, the tech stacks. Associates as well. I believe that TradeStream is on this slide here, yes. So example of integrations between Anigio, China Systems, and even TradeStream. TradeStream is at the center point down here for trade document compliance and processing. Again, they all play a role here. This is why I say that collaboration will, take place. You will need collaboration between a lot of these major names in order to see full-on digitization of these payment flows. But Xinfin, aka XDC, is going to be the tech stack, the underlying core process behind this. This is why we look at this, and I really kind of share with you guys, like, the funny thing about crypto is a lot of the tokens in the space, a lot of like the mechanisms are going to be the core system, the ones that nobody actually sees but are utilizing them on a day-to-day basis. Like, that's the end goal. But also, these are very substantial connections. Is anything going to really kind of blossom from this? I believe that we've already kind of seen a blossom behind this. I think it's all centered around, trade finance. I think it's all centered around fully revolutionizing this area because although it's not like a, $100 trillion plus market, it is a global market that's connected to nearly every single thing. And I think that this is all through trade companies or trade finance companies that are focused on the revolutionization, of this market. And XDC plays a role here. Collaboration at its best. All of these names directly tied to Xinfin, directly tied to Andre Casterman. This is why I say this individual, Andre Casterman, is like the biggest key player, the biggest piece of the puzzle. And I've said this in a video before to focus on what he is doing, what he is a part of. I'm very excited to see the next major move here. A lot of areas around the world, like the UK, are fully ready for digitization to take place. But Xinfin, in my opinion, plays a real big role around the digitization of trade finance. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. This is up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.